What is going on, guys? Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for tuning in. Today's pretty cool because they got a classic car auction coming up this Wednesday. So we'll look over a few of the classic cars rolling through the block. But yeah, I feel like I haven't done a Sunday live stream here in a bit. So appreciate you guys tuning in. Dana, thanks for watching. Victory Crosby. Bobble Vis 2544. Pete, what's going on, guys? Got the football game going on behind y'all. We're going for LA Rams. Hey Bobby, where's and who's this old married guy? I know, man. I'm getting old. Married, turned 30. He said started golfing. It's just, I guess I aged about 10 years in 1 month. So, but yeah, things been moving pretty quick. This January's been pretty decent, actually. January's like by far the worst month of the year for us, but this January has been way above average as far as everything, pretty much. So it's been going good, going pretty good. Been buying a lot of stuff, actually. Been buying a lot. Fix this light. Been buying a lot of kind of a higher end sports cars. So spent some good money. Need to unload a few of that heavy stuff, get some money back in the account. But other than that, it's been going good. Why is the off-white Stingray back? Okay, yeah, that's a funny story, actually. See, you guys, I have so many YouTube videos, like, half-made. Like, just videos I haven't edited and stuff. So, what Ashley's talking about is... Let me pull it up. Let's see here. I don't even know my own website. Here we go. Alright. Mr. Darksider Racing, what's going on, my friend? Alright, so Ashley says, why is the off-white Corvette back? She's talking about this car right here. It says my 1979 Chevrolet Corvette, which I sold. I mean, it's back now. Sold it to a guy in Virginia. I wouldn't necessarily say I sold it. My dad talked to the guy and put the deal together. But I did FaceTime the guy. He got lots and lots of videos of the car. FaceTimed him. We drove the car via FaceTime. And, sorry guys, watching this football game behind you. And, anyways, he was trading in his C4 Corvette. And it's kind of... People that buy these Stingrays... Or, not really, it's not a Stingray, but these C3 Corvettes... They don't really understand that you can't... They're not like a car you drive every day. They're not a car that you go out of town in. And so when you jumping from a C6, C5, C4 into a C3, it's a huge difference. I mean, it's a totally different car. It's not even close. So anyways, he was supposed to be trading in his C4 on this car. He gave us $5,000 or so. And the rest was his credit for his Corvette. So we send him the Corvette, send him the title, but transportation's not very smooth. So they don't pick up my car, take it to the house, pick up that car and bring it here, or vice versa. It's two separate transporters, two separate companies. They pick him up at different times. So anyways, he got the 79 to his house first, and he had the title to his house first. And I guess he got the car delivered, and from what he said and what actually happened are two different things. He called me the next day, made up this whole deal that the car is barely running, it's running bad, it barely drive, he's so unhappy with it, this and that, and he just wants to send the Corvette back. He said, keep all the money, I'll send the Corvette back. I said, well, man, dude, you must really hate the car to lose $5,000. He said, I'm just looking at these cars in my garage, and I can just get in the C4 and drive it anywhere. This other C3 barely runs. He says, nothing against you. I love you and your dad, but I think I just made the wrong choice of getting rid of my C4. I was like, well, I don't want you to lose $5,000, man. I mean, I know that car runs fine, or did run fine at least. They're all old cars. They all got to tinker with them, different climates, make them run different. But I drove that car 30 minutes the day it got transported, so I know everything was fine going onto the truck. He's like, no, it runs horrible. So anyways, I work out a deal, give him some money back, because I kind of felt bad, which looking back, I shouldn't have felt bad, but I give him a little bit of money back. I get the car picked up, brought back here, unloaded off, and I'm videotaping this. I was like, okay, guys, the customer says that this car is running horrible. Let's get it unloaded, see what's going on. Transporter unloads the car, parks it right at the dealership. I turn it on. Perfect. Drive around the block, 60 miles an hour. Perfect. Let it idle for 30 minutes. Perfect. The guy just had buyer's remorse, and he had all the power because he had both cars and both titles. So it's just one of those deals. That's kind of the bad side of selling these cars to different states, is I'm not really there to control the delivery of it or see if somebody's... I wouldn't say he was lying, but I would definitely say he was stretching the truth a lot to try to back out the deal. And so, I don't know, it's just buyer's remorse, pretty much what it boils down to. So that's that on that. And it kind of sucks because that car specifically got like a couple 100,000 views on Facebook, and I don't know, at least 50 messages of people trying to buy it while I was holding it for the guy to get picked up. So now I got to go back and remarket it, and then everybody's going to be like, well, why is that car back there? Why is that car back there? What's wrong with it? It's actually better now because there was a hose running on the header, a coolant hose that I replaced. So I don't know. It was a whole weird deal. He was nice about it, even though he backed out of the deal, so he should... it's just weird, to be honest with you. So yeah, that's the story on the 79 Corvette. And I was videotaping it because I was like, damn, like if it's really jacked up, I'm going to send him some more money back because I feel bad. And then when I was videoing, it's like, what the hell is this guy talking about? It's like, I'm trying to make it act up and it's not. So, yeah. He did still lose a decent amount. He lost about $3,000 because I made him pay, or maybe a little bit more. I made him pay for the shipping up and the shipping coming back of the car. So it is what it is. But yeah, that's it. Well, while I'm on my website, here is all my cars for sale. They're still your BMW. All right. This C8. I have a weird deal working on the C8. If you guys watched did you guys watch my YouTube video I posted yesterday, I think? If you guys watched my YouTube video, you saw that I had a deal working on the C8. And as long as I've been selling cars, it rarely happens to me now. But this one got me pretty good. Itzy's laughing back there. So these customers come in, talked up a big old game. Yeah, we're gonna buy a C8, and she was. I gotta give it to her. It was for the wife. She was super knowledgeable about C8s. She knew more about the C8s than I did. She's like, we were just at Auto Nation, which is a huge kind of franchise dealership here in town. We just looked at one over there. We almost bought it. It was $70,000, but we saw this one online. Wanted to come look at yours, and then we were thinking about buying a Z06. And I was like, okay, well, they obviously know their stuff. They came in a $50,000 truck. And I was like, okay, well, maybe we got a C8 sale. That's awesome. And I was like, okay, well, do you guys need help financing? Because I don't really finance this kind of expensive stuff. She's like, no, we go with our own bank where we got our truck financed at. That's where we're going to go. Perfect. She's like, well, can I test drive it? I was like, sure, of course. So they come back the next day, test drive it for 2 hours.
You were going to throw that brain.
For 2 hours, they test drove this car. Took it to another dealership, compared it to a Z06. And, I mean, just gone. I've never had somebody test drive a car that long. And then it comes up, okay, well, print us a purchase order so we can check and see where financing is. And, yeah, my dad was pretty pissed about driving it 2 hours, and my brother. And when they came back, it's like, what, did you guys go to another city or what? It's like, no, we went to another dealership. It's like, well, thanks for taking my car to a dealership. Really appreciate that. And he's like, well, we like yours more. And so anyways, it's like, fine, just buy the car. You drove it for 2 hours, just buy it. Give them a purchase order, work them out a deal with it, because I actually had some extra C8 rims. So I worked out a deal with them on the rims that I have too. The next day comes, don't hear anything from them. And I'm real bad about it. I'm real bad with following up on people, just because for a while now, more than half my day is on the phone talking with people that call in. So if I don't like close a deal that same day, or like the very next day that's serious, I'm really bad about following up. So I didn't follow up with them. So that was Saturday, Monday. Tuesday, they call in, hey, do you have any places you recommend for financing? I was like, well, I thought you were going to go with your own bank. No, we would like to see what you can do for financing. I was like, well, I don't really finance, but I was assuming they had really great credit. Maybe it's just their debt to income. And I do have a bank that will finance it, but I just don't want to go through it because they charge me such a huge fee. They probably charged me like $8,000 fee for them to buy the deal. So I didn't really want to go through that bank, but I was like, just put it through. I just want to see what their credit's like. Submit the credit report. Credit came back 460. 460 credit score. Driving a $70,000 car. For 2 hours. So, needless to say, deal did not go through on the Corvette. So, yeah. Always try to get some pre-approval or stuff before you let somebody test drive the car. I don't watch this. They're going for it on fourth down. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Can you do it? Nope. That sucks. Should have kicked a field goal. So yeah, that was my deal on C8, but that's not what I was talking about. Issy just brought it up. I have another deal on the C8 Corvette to a guy, and this is pretty cool actually. A guy called me out of Massachusetts. Now there's always situations, guys, like nothing's ever smooth. I have a guy who has 3 Stingrays. He's got a 71 convertible 4-speed. He's got a 72 LT1 coupe and all 3 of them have AC, and then a 73 convertible, automatic. So he's got 3 Stingrays. The 72 is a very rare one, LT1. Only 280 made with AC. All of them are numbers matching cars. And he called me up wanting to place a bid on them. I guess he sees our stuff on Facebook or YouTube or what have you. And talked to him. Nice guy. Older gentleman. His wife's making him downsize a bit. And so I really didn't make him an offer. I kind of, especially when you have a car. I hate the way he set this up. Give me a second, guys. Especially when you have a car that is kind of rare, like that 72 that he has. You don't really want to shoot them an offer first. I mean, I would, but it's my worst case scenario. Like, it's, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. I really hate, it's probably the worst way to describe it, but I really hate when people call me to sell me something and they don't tell me what they want and they just said, make me an offer on it. Because it's, whatever offer you make is not going to be good. You give them retail and it's, well, I really wanted this. Like, you shoot yourself in the foot. But, oh, that's you, Tony? Would you change your name on, you changed your name on YouTube or what? Mr. Darkside Racing is Tony? Yeah, I'm trying to get Tony to help me out with those cars. Yeah, I'm sure marriage is real smooth. But anyways, so this 72, there's such a huge spread because there's very few of them. Documentation matters a lot. NCRS matters a lot if you have it. If you guys don't know what that is, NCRS is National Corvette Registry. I always forget what the S stands for. But anyways, adds a lot of value to the car. A lot of paperwork. And anyways, I said, okay, I know what the 71's worth. I know what the 73's worth. What do you think the 72 is worth? He's like, well, I just saw one sell for $80,000 on Bring a Trailer. I said, yes, sir. You sure did. Do you have the Bloomington Gold Top Flight Award? Do you have all the NCRS paperwork? Well, no. I said, well, there's 2 completely different cars. Those paperwork adds a lot of stuff to it. I said, here's one that just sold for $46,000 with no paperwork. He's like, okay, yeah. So, anyways, society. That's right. There you go. I always want to say show. So we get it down, and we kind of agree on what a retail value would be on that 72. And then I was like, the other cars are simple. I said, your 71 convertible, and his cars are like spotless. Well, at least they look spotless. That 71's 35 grand. The 73 is 25,000. So I just sold one. So those are what they are retail. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, I understand you got to buy them less than that. You got to pay for shipping. And I said, yes, sir, I sure do. And I want to give you as much as I can. But, of course, I still got to make some money on top of it. And he was a very nice guy. He said, well, let me talk over with my wife and see what we want to do. Well, he texted me this morning and said, hey, Bobby, I would love to work out a trade deal with your C8 Corvette. So pretty much he wants to trade my C8 for the 3 cars. The problem lies is he then throws on me that he is going to Florida for the next 3 months in 2 weeks. Not even 2 weeks. In 15 days. No, that's 2 weeks. Said in 15 days I am leaving to Florida for 3 months. So we need to get the deal done before then. In the middle of a blizzard storm, which is one problem of itself, the other problem is if Tony is not able to do it, then that means I got to use some Yahoo transporters that give me zero timeline. Give me zero timeline. So that means I can put the deal together. I can order all the transport, but when they show up and when they get picked up, it's completely in the air. I have no control over that. So the transportation is going to be a big factor into this car deal, if it gets done or not. And then it got a lot of money tied up into some Stingrays. So, yeah, that's what's going on with that. Oh, speaking of sketch level red, there was another deal this week. I will say I was this close to buying a 70 Corvette this week. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. I don't know. But a guy called me up out of North Carolina, which I have some PTSD with Carolina because I'm still dealing with a Corvette I bought out of North Carolina in 05. But anyways, guy called me up. He's got a 1970 non-numbers matching non-AC car. Looked decent. Looked good from what he saw. A few cracks on the interior. And make a deal with him for about $20,000 and some change. And the way I buy cars is a lot easier than the way other dealerships buy cars. Well, most dealerships will not buy cars through different states, especially classics like that. They would have to check them out in person and do this stuff. I pretty much streamline it extremely quick. Well, make them a deal. Yeah, I'm watching the game too. Rams better be winning, or at least not far behind. And make him a deal on it. And I tell him, so the way you're gonna get paid is you'll mail us a copy. Well, you'll mail us the title. Once we get the title, I will wire transfer you the money we agreed upon. And once the money clears your account, I'll order transport, get the car picked up. Pretty smooth. So depending how quick you get me the title, the quicker you can get paid. He's like, okay. So then I just text him to reconfirm because we're on the phone. I text him, reconfirm it. Hey, I'm buying your car for this. Send me the title. I'll wire transfer you the money. Then we'll get the car picked up. No, I don't want to sell my car anymore. And we're talking about like 5 minutes after we hang up the phone. And then I was so confused because we just hung up. I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? I don't want to sell my car like that. I was like, what do you mean by like that? He said, I don't want to send you the title. You need to pay me up front. I said, so you want me to send you $20,000 and some change to somebody I've never met, that I have no title to, and no car in a different state? I said, that makes no sense. You understand this. That's not how it works. And then I was like, I'm not gonna beg you for me to send you $20,000. You don't want to sell it, don't sell it. There's no hard feelings. And then he's like, well, that's not the way I want to do business. I was like, that's fine. Then we're not gonna do business. Like, I'm not sending you $20,000 with nothing. So there was another Corvette deal that fell through. I don't know if it was a scam or not, but he still got his Corvette, and I still got 20-something thousand. So, and I had a weird feeling about this because he kept bugging. I wouldn't say bugging. Bugging is not the right word, but he kept calling for me to make him a deal, I guess. Because, like I said, I've been super busy with bombarded with phone calls, and so I get distracted and I'm not really good with following up, and he keeps calling the dealership, this and that, and it's not like I stole this car. Like, 20,000 sounds cheap, but then you get 12, 13, 1400 in transportation. It did have some cracks in the interior that are not fixable unless I wanted to put all new interior, and then whatever else that may need, non-numbers matching, non-AC. And I just sold a numbers matching 4-speed car for $25,000, the black one. So I was like, how much? There's not much room to mess up on this car. So it wasn't like when I was like super eager to get. And then it just fell apart at the end. So it was just one of those deals to where I guess my intuition was right. If you don't trust you, that's his loss. And yeah, that's the thing too. That's kind of weird that people don't. You would think they would understand. And I'm a stranger, so I understand the fact when somebody that sees me online and they're in Wisconsin or Idaho or Ohio or Massachusetts, I'm just a stranger that's online to them. So at first it could be kind of iffy on their end, but at the end of the day, they know it's a real dealership because I make tons of videos. Been there, my dad's been there forever. Like, I'm a real place. And if I were to screw you, you know exactly where I am. On my side of the deal, it's a random person calling me out of a random state that I've never been to that I'm sending tens of thousands of dollars to. So, I'm the one that's in stranger danger. Yes, I did send the IROC to Waves. I sure did, Reggie. Yeah, and I'm buying it sight unseen, but I'm kind of used to that by now. I mean, you have your reputation, long-standing business, Stingrayalley legacy. You're not a private buyer. Yeah, exactly, Ashley. Exactly. Do I have any challengers? No, Isaiah, I sure do not. Yeah, everybody hit that like button. And our channel's, you know, the videos have not been doing pretty good, but our channel is still growing pretty quick, mainly from the shorts, which always makes me laugh because the shorts are from the longer YouTube videos. So it's just funny how that stuff works. But anyways, let's dive into business here. Anthony's on that Tesla phase. You wouldn't like having... Oh, somebody asked, is it snowing or sleet yet? I think that's going to be tonight. Or, I mean, we may get a little bit of ice or sleet tonight. It's supposed to drop down into the 20s, I believe. You wouldn't like having a Tesla right now, Anthony. You would not like having a Tesla to be frozen.
Oh, I want a Tesla too.
Alrighty. Itsy, I really don't like the way you set this up.
How?
This thing is horrible.
It's because you want your bottoms.
Alright, so classic car auction. No, just, I don't know why you didn't put the chat in OBS.
I tried, couldn't.
So now I have like 3 different screens open. Every time I click a screen, they disappear. Alright. Well, we are also trusting that they say they really are. Yeah, that's my mom. You lose your power when you're not driving your Tesla. Well, I've seen so many videos on Instagram where like because the door handles pop out and the door handles are like frozen in, like frozen from the ice, so you can't even open into it. Yeah, I didn't even think about the cameras freezing outside. Any update on the F-250? I did have a guy, I think I told you guys, that was trying to buy it for his ranch. Sent him some stuff for his bank, but never did hear back. Alright. Here is the classic car sale. This Wednesday, I'll be live streaming it. Obviously, I'm not buying this thing, but here's a 1938. All the 30s and 40s cars, I highly recommend to unload them if possible. Personally, do not think they are going up in value anymore. Big body Lincoln, look at this little thing. So, not something I could use. I still need to sell the Thunderbird my dad bought. Good old truck. You have drive-in movie theaters where you're at? Pretty clean truck right here. And so a lot of these cars are from John Clay Wolf. You guys maybe see his YouTube channel and stuff. He runs a lot of cars through this auction. He said he lost a lot of money selling some cars at Barrett Jackson this past weekend. Said he lost a lot of money. Said he should just sold them through here. Oh yeah, Seattle. You live around there, Washington, right? Yeah, it's always raining, I hear. Another Thunderbird. I'm just going to click past that because ain't no way I'm buying a Thunderbird. For the 414 million in sales. Rams ain't going to do it. Where is it at? 2 minutes left. They just need to hold them. As long as they can hold them, I am fine. No touchdown. Okay, no touchdown for Seattle. As long as Seattle does not make a touchdown, I will be okay. What would a field goal be? 34? I think I'll still be all right. I got 8.5 points with the Rams. But you never know. Maybe they'll catch an interception, run it back for a touchdown. 65 Pontiac GTO. Not much of a Pontiac guy myself. Got a few Camaros. They've been trying to sell this thing for like 2 months. This one has bad paint on it. Another one they've been trying to sell for about 2 months. Looks decent from afar, but the paint is on the rougher side. Dash is cracked down the middle. Yeah, you could just see there's lots of chips and stuff all throughout it. And I'm not a Camaro expert. I can't tell the difference between the RS, SS, and that kind of stuff. Nova, I thought this was one they had, but could be a different one. 69 GTO. This one looks clean. Yeah, I don't think we went last year. We didn't go last year, but I think we went the year before. The thing about Mecum and Barrett Jackson is it's really hard to buy cars from there. Like really hard to buy cars from there. And then when you go to sell something, you need to take like a few to sell because if you just take one, then you're really hoping for one to do really good. And that's usually the one that does really bad. And so you need to take like 3 or 4 cars to sell so they can average out. Every time I've gone, I've said I should just take my whole car lot here. And what's weird is you can just take normal cars and they'll bring more over there than what I could get off the car lot for. So like a truck, any regular truck, just take it over there. I should take my F-250 there, actually. That would be a smart thing. Problem is transporting it there. Here's a 70 Corvette Stingray in this gray color. I forget what this color is called. Laguna Gray is what they say on here. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'll fly over to Mecum, Houston for a Stingray Alley takeover. Alright, just hold them here. Hold them here, alright? So this one looks decent. This is an automatic if I remember correctly. This is a non-numbers matching car. Looks okay. At least from what I can see. We'll definitely try to buy this car. Then they have a few Mopars in this auction. I love the screen on the Mopars. This is a CUDA clone. non-AC car, but looks really good. I hate vinyl tops. You guys know I don't like vinyl tops at all. Here's one, paint match roof, but it's a trail duster. And knowing this auction, it'll bring insane amount of money. Like really, they sell cars here more than at Meekum and stuff, but this is a beautiful car. Or maybe just a color. 71 Chevelle. Paint match roof. Oh, yeah, Chevelle. LED headlights. I wonder if they LS swapped it. Yep, sure enough they did. Fourth down. Are they going to punt it? Let's see. Let's see if they're punting it or not right here. Oh, it was a sack. Yeah, I could really tell when somebody rushed him on stuff. But this is a good... See, this is what's important on these cars, by the way. Right here. Horseshoe shifter. Bucket seats. Whether it's a Chevelle, Camaro, Mopar. This makes a huge difference in the price of the car. That it is a bucket seats, floor shift. Column shifter, bench seats do not do very well. Another 71 Chevelle. Tribute car. This one's got a 454 big block in it. Looks like it's got AC. Let's see if old Matthew Stafford can pull this off. Let's see that interior on this. Oh, that's not a good start. 25 seconds left all the way back at the... No timeouts either, huh? Caught. Nice. Alright, this one is bucket seats and floor shift. So that's good. Got 69 Challenger. Vinyl top. Stands out. Wing on the back. Standard shift. That's nice. Oh yeah, you used to have one of these or what, Jeff? Looks like a mean car. See, that's the good thing about the Challengers though, is they still kind of look like that. They still embody this kind of classic muscle carish look. Then you got a big old Scout. But let's see. They got 10 seconds left over here. Let's see what's going on. Will the Rams win this thing? Let's see. Can the Rams win some money for me? 10 seconds left. I'm watching that. You guys could probably hear it in the background. Let's see. Did he catch it? Oh, he caught it. Oh, come on. Oh, that sucks. Seahawks win. Oh, I'm 30 seconds behind. I'm over here watching the game. You guys already know the outcome. Thanks. All right. Let's see. All right. Thanks for letting me have some hope there. Thank you guys for the hopium. Appreciate it. All right, back to work. See, every time I click change the camera deal, the chat goes away. Alrighty. Scout, obviously not buying a Scout. 72 Chevelle. Black with white racing stripes. What's the big difference between the 71 and 72? It's the headlights, right? Let's see. Got one headlight there. This one's got two on the side. Oh, I guess they ran this one before. Some paint fading and some spots. 396 Auto SS Tribute. So that means they have this one for a month and didn't sell it. Look at this. Cool color. It's Mopar Day today, I guess. This one right here. Well, actually, all these Mopars. You got cutoffs in the back or what? These Mopars are very popular cars, but the people that like them are they're like very odd group of people because they're very specific. I think Corvette guys are bad. Mopar guys are nuts. So this is what I was talking about earlier. So this is a bench seat with a column shift. That's what you do not ideally want. I mean, obviously, if you're going to keep it for yourself, drive it, not much of a difference. But when you go to sell it, it's a big, big deal to people. 73 Camaro. These are very... This generation of Camaro is very weird. You get guys that ask a ton of money for them. Well, this one's a resto mod. But then some other comparables sell for like dirt cheap. Obviously, this is resto mod. They're going to want a lot of money for that. Another Toyota Land Cruiser. Pass. 81 Ford F-150 long bed. I ain't got the room for it. This is cool. Look at this thing. Old Zimmer. My dad likes these cars. Yeah, Camaro's nice. My dad likes these Zimmers a lot. Get the Land Cruiser. Does have seats in the back? The Zimmer, that was on a Mustang chassis. Oh, Porsche. Old school Chevy. This one looks clean. So like this car right here would do much more than any of the Corvettes at Mecum probably. Not that it's any even nice, but like this kind of year range to the late 90s trucks bring insane money at Mecum auction. So nothing lost by making it. Cool little Porsche. That's some cool interior. Little Bronco. Pretty rough Bronco. Got a Buick Grand National. You know Nate, the transporter that you see in some of the videos? He owned one of these cars and never showed it off. Never, nothing. Didn't even tell me he had it. I just randomly found out. And he sold it. So he bought it, hid it in his garage, and sold it. Now this is a cool truck. Look at this thing. This 87 K10, 350 small block, 4-speed transmission, 4x4. Transmission was just installed. He took it out to a couple of car meets. Yeah, Tony and Nate team up at the car meet sometimes. Alright. They got this Hummer again that they couldn't sell last month. You get a little wagon and a Hummer. It looks like a pretty rough Jeep. And again, all these cars will be going up for auction Wednesday morning, about 10:30 Central Time in the morning. And I'll be live streaming that auction. It's usually a very long auction, so if you got work, probably put it on mute. Little Firebird, which I did not have the best of luck with Pontiacs the last two I bought. 230,000 miles. Maybe that's a miscalculation. I guess that is not a miscalculation. 230,000 miles. Very clean looking for 230,000 miles. Yeah, that Jeep Scrambler y'all got is nice. Look at this right here. This will bring a lot of money. 1990 Fox Body convertible, 35,000 miles manual. This thing is clean. This will bring some change. And if any of you guys haven't, make sure to go watch out our recent videos. Actually, the recent videos have not been the best because our IT person cannot figure out how to work a microphone. Itsy. So the volume is horrible in the videos.
Where's the remote?
Oh, we got a Cobra, 93 Cobra. Impala SS, I don't really like those cars. Another big old Hummer. What you need the remote for?
The camera's over.
Wait, you're not going to play anything anyways. Got a Jaguar, which I won't buy one of these. It's a nightmare waiting to happen. And then they're going into regular cars, which will probably update this list of classic cars more tomorrow and Tuesday once they get them all processed and stuff. I do know that they are running a C5. I've actually had some pretty good luck this month with C5s. We sold 2 C5s this month, which they are usually kind of hard to unload. But that white one was super clean. So yeah, that's what I did today actually. I had to go to work. Sundays we don't work because in Texas you can't work 7 days a week if you have a car dealership. But I did open up today so the customers could come in and pick it up. They lived out of town So we just met them up at the dealership so they could take delivery of it while we all had some time. So they are running the C5 Wednesday. It's got 67,000 miles on it. A little bit rough. Has some cracks and stuff.
Looks like the one we have.
The back is actually horrible. The back glass. So we shall see. Got some weird fiberglass cracks. But yeah, so that's the auction deal. And that's what's going on. So yeah, I actually forgot we went to work earlier today so we could deliver that Corvette. Can you replace the glass or do you need a whole new top? No, you can replace the glass, but to get somebody to do it in a timely manner is a different question. The guy that we know is not very timely. So we'll probably be in the shop for like a month. But yeah, so that was pretty much the week. Move some stuff. We've got the 71 Corvette, the black one. I sold it to a guy in Florida. And they picked that up yesterday. So I hope, cross my fingers, hope it's making it to Florida fine. The transporter was a little different. So I just hope it makes it over there all right through the storm. I hope he made it past the storm or the ice and got some dry spots on the way back to Florida. So I think it's going to be delivered tomorrow or the next day to him. And actually that one got picked up pretty quick. I ordered the transportation Wednesday and they picked it up Saturday, so that was pretty quick. Gonna be an interesting market year. Yeah, I don't know. I just need to do all your single double car deliveries. You need to find a 3-car hauler so you can go get these 3 vets in Massachusetts. But anyways, guys, that's going to probably wrap up today's live stream deal. Unless you guys have any other questions. I know it's kind of late where some of y'all live. Probably ready to go to sleep. But we got to go eat dinner and get ready for tomorrow. So anyways, you guys take care. Thank you so much for watching this live stream and following the channel. Our channel is actually growing pretty quick. We'll be breaking 10,000 followers pretty soon. So anyways, oh, you like that house, Reggie? Yeah. Oh, let me tell you about that before we go. So I shot that video obviously last Saturday because that's when Buffalo was playing, which they got robbed, by the way. Buffalo Bills got robbed in that game. The house was listed for $509,509. And while we were over there, they have like a weird umbrella. And she's like, yeah, the house is, the realtor was talking to us. Yeah, the house 509, but if you like this umbrella, the seller says that you can pay an extra $4,000 for it. $4,000? She said, yeah, it's like some expensive umbrella. A $4,000 umbrella? But already in my head, I was like, they're not going to get asking price anyways. Who in the right mind would even upcharge for an umbrella? And so, and the house, I don't know how it looked in the video while I watched the video. The house itself is actually a very small house. Like, just the layout is weird. My apartment is about the size. My apartment living room is probably bigger than the living room in the house. So that's just weird by itself. Regardless, I made an offer on it of $475,000. So I thought that was fair. They've been on the market for a week, Ain't nobody selling any houses. December, January is the worst time to sell houses. And the town that it's in it's not Corpus. It's like on the outskirts of Corpus. And there's not that many people there to buy a $500,000 house. And so $475, 1 week on the market, already approved, short closing, like it's a done deal. She messages my realtor back, and that's like half a C4. And she messages my realtor, and says, appreciate your offer, but you need to raise it. Didn't counter back, didn't do nothing, so you just need to raise your offer. And while I was talking with her at the open house, I said, this house is real nice. Itzy loves it. But I've made an offer on 5 houses in the past year. And they've all been on the market for 1 week. When I looked at them, they were all on the market for like a week or two. And everybody's excuse is, we just put it on the market and we want to wait for more offers. And I said, you know how many of those houses are still on the market? I said 4 out of the 5. The one house that sold took 8 months to sell and sold for $15,000 more than I offered for it. And the house price was a little bit higher than what we're looking at here. So I said, when I make you an offer, it's a very real offer. It's just a matter of fact if you want to wrap your head around it or not. And so then I offered $475. They said, you need to come back and raise it. I said, well, I'm not far off on the money. I know that for a fact. I said, I'll offer $480. Well, then this realtor comes back and says, exactly what I said I didn't want to hear. Says, we've only been on the market for 1 week. We would like to wait for other offers to come in. And that just pissed me off because I've already had a whole conversation about that. And it's not like I'm talking to the realtor. When you buy a house, you got to go through your realtor, who goes to that realtor. It's just a bunch of middleman things. And so I was like, all right, screw it, whatever. But then Itzy's crying, I want the house, I want the house, I love the house. And then my realtor, of course, is trying to hype me up. Buy the house, Bobby, buy the house. You've been looking for a year. It's got almost everything you want. You got a detached garage. You got a long driveway. You got a big yard. You got a pool. And I was like, okay, I'll tell you. And this was on Martin Luther King Day. I said, whatever. Everybody's bugging me to death. I will offer $493. Oh, and she kept making a big deal about this stupid umbrella throughout this negotiations too. I said, I will offer $493,000 today. Not going to hold this offer. You can't hold it. It's either you guys make your decision tonight, and I want to keep your stupid umbrella. Just because I don't even care about it, but you guys are making such a big deal. And so he sends the offer in, and this lady, in context, she kept telling me she's selling the house for her brother-in-law. I don't know who words things like that, but she's selling the house for her sister. But she kept saying brother-in-law, which is weird. Was the realtor Rihanna? Yeah, for real. So I already knew it was going to be a jacked up deal since she's dealing with her family directly. And so anyways, we sent $493 offer in. She said, I'm not presenting this to the sellers. She told my realtor that. They need to come higher. And then my realtor said, what do you mean you're not presenting it? You have an obligation to, because it's like a contracted offer. It's not like a verbal deal. Like I'm signing paperwork, sending it in. It's like you have to present it to them. She's like, fine, I will. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, she texts my buddy the next day. You have 2 options. And he's reading it verbatim. Said you have 2 options. You can buy the house for $505 with the umbrella, or you can pay $500,000 for it without the umbrella. But And she says, we feel your client is sketchy and will back out because he lowballed us, which I didn't. So he needs to put $15,000 earnest money. He no inspections because we think he's going to nickel and dime us on the inspections. As is, and you need to close in this short a time period. Oh, and she types out, and your realtor needs to cut his commission in half. So she's sending an email to my realtor, who's my friend, saying you need to cut your commission in half. And he says, I know you're. He says, I know how I feel about it, but I want to hear your opinion, is what my friend told me. I was like, well, screw her. He's like, thank you. I literally have that typed out in my message. And I was like, so you mean to tell me that these people have had the house on the market for 1 week and they are going to lose it over $7,000 and an umbrella? Like, that doesn't make, like, that is laughable. You're going to lose a sale over $7,000 and an umbrella. And he's like, Bobby, I've talked to, because the place he works at is a decent sized realty company here in town. And he's like, I talked to the guys who own my place, the realty company. They have no clue on how this offer did not get accepted. He's like, I'm actually very happy that you put in such a good offer. This is the best one I felt about. And yeah, it was just a whole jacked up deal all the way around. And so, yeah, nobody really... The only person that still wants to do business with her is Itzy, because Itzy wants the house. But, yeah, it's definitely some pretty bad vibes there, for sure. Yeah, big mess. And it was such a clean-cut deal, too, because it's... Like I said, I've been looking for a while, so all the paperwork's already done. There's no approval process. There's no nothing. It's either you accept the offer, we can get it contracted, and you'll get paid in whatever the shortest amount of period is to get paid. Trade them a smart car for $15,000. That's what Dana said. Dana says that we'll give them your smart car.
I mean, for that house, I'll consider it.
Oh, you'll consider it for that house. And then the house is like about 25 minutes away from work. And Itzy wakes up at 8:30 every morning when we go to work at 9. So I don't think that's going to work out too good for her, living 25 minutes away.
Yeah, always up and late.
But anyways, guys, that was what happened at the end of that YouTube video. So that house is not looking good on our end. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for Wednesday, and be posting another YouTube video Friday or Saturday this week. So see you guys.